We present I'm Sorry I Haven't a Clue, the antidote to panel games. At the piano is Colin Sell and your chairman is Humphrey Littleton.
Hello and welcome to I'm Sorry I Haven't a Clue. You find us for a second week at Salford's fine Lowry Centre in the heartland of England's industrial north. It was at nearby Trafford Park that Henry Ford's famous car factory built the massively successful Model T, a car he boasted you could have in any colour as long as it was black. As at that time 75% of the world's vehicles were Model Ts, one can imagine the frustration of trying to find yours when you got back to the car park. The industrial labour movement was born in Manchester, eventually growing into the Trades Union Congress. So successful was the TUC that it was once honoured by having a cheese biscuit named after it. The women's movement also started here with Emmeline Pankhurst and the Suffragettes, who toured with Billy J. Kramer and the Dakotas. The most famous name associated with Salford is artist Ellis Lowry. A number of his famous matchstick paintings are displayed here in the Lowry Centre. Approximate contents, 49. The TV antiques expert David Dickinson spent his formative years in Manchester. Dickinson has since left, as he says he didn't like the constant rain. Makes him go streaky. Another famous Mancunian is Judy Finnegan, who presents TV shows with husband Richard Madeley. She claimed a certain notoriety when, at an awards ceremony, her blouse fell off, allowing everything to spill out. Ever the professional, Madeley carried on, bravely ignoring the pain of his broken toes. But Richard Madeley isn't alone in having to witness embarrassing disasters. Let me introduce the teams. They are, on my left, Graham Garden and Barry Cryer. And on my right, Tim Brooke-Taylor and Jeremy Hardy. And making a welcome return to lend a hand with the team's points, please welcome our delicious scorer, the ever-lovely Samantha. OK, teams, our first round takes a look at English vocabulary. English is a highly expressive language, but it's important to understand the subtle differences in meaning between apparently similar terms. For example, sewage and effluent are not quite the same thing. Sewage refers to waste material from domestic or industrial establishments processed into a non-toxic biodegradable residue, whereas effluent means having loads of dosh. But the meanings of words are constantly changing, so I'd like you, please, teams, to share any new definitions you may have spotted recently. Jeremy, would you care to start, please?
Focaccia, a bread with no interest in the Far East.
Barry?
Diamante, way to start a letter to Second World War Field Marshal.
Great.
A retread, very red in Yorkshire.
Tim?
Online, I've done weekly wash.
Evanescence, a Welshman who glows in the dark.
Aperitif, Cockney dentures.
Haddock, an enclosure for seahorses.
Porcupine, to regret becoming a vegetarian.
Wholesaler, Moby Dick's lunch.
Pandemonium, a musical instrument that won't breed in captivity.
Quaker, posh duck.
Satire, seated in a more elevated position.
Cantilever, the switch on an electric horse.
The teams are going to sing along now with some well-known discs in the round called Pick-Up Song. Record researcher Samantha visits the gramophone library every workday, where she says she finds the old archivists like to indulge in petty bartering before they'll fetch her chosen discs. This could be irritating, but Samantha says she doesn't really mind if they want to dicker about 5 times a week. Samantha is now poised in DJ mode at the record deck and ready to spin the team's discs. Each should sing along with his record until, at my signal, Samantha turns the volume down. If on the music's return you're within a gnat's crotchet of the original teams, I'll be awarding points, and points mean prizes. Crackerjack.
That's how Hitler came to power.
This week's prize is a satisfying lunch snack that conveniently hangs itself from the ceiling. It's this tasty pipistrelle bap. OK, we'll start with you, Graham. Would you please accompany Brian and Michael singing Matchstalk Men and King Clogs? King Clogs. OK, you now, Barry, would you please accompany Salford girl Elkie Brooks singing Pearls the Singer?
She sings songs for the lost and the lonely. Her job is entertaining folks, singing songs and telling jokes in a nightclub. Pearl's a singer, and they say that she once was a winner.
You now, Tim, I want you to accompany... Well, I don't, but I mean... Would you please accompany Tim, Paul Young, singing Love of the Common People?
Certainly, Hum.
Living on free food tickets, watering the milk from a hole in the roof where the rain came through. What can you do? Tears from your little sister, crying 'cause she doesn't have a dress without a patch for the party to go. But you know, she'll get by 'cause she's living in the love of the common people. Smiles from the heart of a family man. Daddy's gonna buy you a dream to cling to. Mama's gonna love you just as much as she can. Oh, yes, she will. And she can.
And finally, Jeremy, would you please accompany... Would you please accompany Morrissey and the Smiths singing Heaven Knows I'm Miserable Now?
I was happy in the haze of a drunken hour,
But heaven knows I'm miserable now. I was looking for a job and then I found a job, and heaven knows I'm miserable now. In my life, why do I give valuable time to people who don't care if I live or die? Two lovers entwined pass me by, and heaven knows I'm miserable now. I was looking for a job and then I found a job, and heaven knows I'm miserable now.
Where the hell did that come from? Your twin brother Jeremy couldn't sing it.
I've just realised if I start singing in tune, I'm finished. I'd be like the Elephant Man having a nose job.
Moving on swiftly, the teams are going to perform mimes now in the round called Sound Charades. This is based on the old TV favourite Give Us a Clue, where the players had to mime titles of books or films. It was conducted in silence, the performances were excellent, and the audience was delighted. Our team's version differs in just 3 ways. Quite remarkably, the late Elvis Presley was a great fan of the original and even invited them to Graceland. Elvis was amazed by the players' skills in conveying titles against a time limit. His biography records how Lionel Blair bent over backwards trying to fit in all the King's men in under 2 minutes. Tim and Jeremy, you're to start, please, and your title will shortly be displayed to the audience via the laser display screen, while for listeners at home, here's the mystery voice.
The Return of the King. The Return of the King.
It's 5 words, and it's a book and a film, and it goes like this. You're back.
The man with 2 brains. You're back. Return. Fight. Return of
Yeah.
the.
Yeah. Time's up.
Is it of a zombie-ish nature?
No.
It would be if it actually happened.
Return of the
Living?
No.
No.
naked.
No.
What was that noise that Jeremy made? Was it supposed to be...
That was acting, Graham.
Would you like to do it again?
Yes.
Yeah, I'd like to hear it
again. That was acting, was it? Elvis.
Of an Elvis persuasion. So it's Return of the
King.
King.
Yeah.
Right, it's your turn, Barry and Graham. Your title is now being exhibited on the laser display board, and here again is the mystery voice for listeners at home.
Will and Grace. Will and Grace.
Right.
3 words.
TV.
Now then, are we all gathered? Well, it says here, I, Edith Marjorie Thompson, being of sound mind, hereby divide my estate.
Excuse me. Before we start, for what we are about to receive...
Well,
Close.
there's it's something and something.
Oh.
Yes.
Will and Testament, or even Grace.
Speedy round.
It's time to play the game called Mornington Crescent. First, I noticed from the listener reaction matchbox that we received well under 3 letters this week. It comes from a Mrs. Trellis of North Wales. She writes, Dear Mr. Gaddafi, you must be very proud. It's not every duck that becomes president. Yours in haste, Mrs. Trellis. OK, teams, this week we'll be playing according to the Hackney Carriage Society rulebook, in which players must actively demonstrate a knowledge of the knowledge by explaining their route plan between each move, plus any other relevant information. So U-turns count double, airports triple, and south of the river is out of bounds. Right, Tim, you can start.
I'd love to, but I'm afraid I'm just going home. Vote for you, Mr. Littleton. Russell Square.
Russell Square. Right. Strand. Strand.
Yeah.
What? No. What? No. You do a little Huey. Then when you felt better, you get back in the cab, use the back doubles. I admit, you're a bit naughty up a one-way. Along the river.
Yeah.
Right, through the Savoy Grill.
That's...
Out the front, Strand.
Heathrow.
Fair enough, you can now. You can now, and that's triple.
Yeah, because you can fly there.
I'm not sure you can fly, can you?
No, not now.
No.
If you believe
Not in
you
the
can
Hackney
fly.
carriage.
Graham, carry
Yes.
on. Your
Heathrow.
turn.
Well, from Heathrow, you've got to go to Staines, haven't you?
Yeah.
Really? Staines.
That's after the Huey.
Staines.
Yeah, but you've got to tell us how you got there. And it's not by plane, I'll tell you.
No, straight there. It's just one move. I mean, there's no fiddling about it. Just straight there. Staines.
Well,
What about the roadworks?
it's a good point.
Yeah,
Well, what about them?
well,
You can't go directly.
can't go directly.
There's Terminal 5, all that building there.
That's true, isn't it? So it's not Staines straight away in one move.
It's all right. They've finished the roadworks.
Kensington Church Street. It's all right, I can go in the bus and taxi lane.
Kensington Church Street.
Yeah.
Congestion charge there, isn't it?
Well,
Not for us.
No.
Incidentally, I had that Barry Cryer in the back of my cab the other day. Kept
Doing a
U's.
Kensington Church Street, Birdcage Walk,
Yeah.
How?
Bayswater Road,
Oh, yeah.
bat doubles through 3 parks,
Yeah.
Yes.
Birdcage Walk,
Yeah.
St James's Park.
I don't think you're
Yeah.
meant to drive on the grass, though, eh?
No, it's on the pathway, it's all right.
Right, OK.
Piccadilly. A5 to the M1. Straight up to the M40, M42, M6. Piccadilly. Oh, you mean the London one? Well, I'm sorry, it's too late. I've set the meter now.
Actually, you're out of bounds.
That's true.
Carry on, Graham.
What? Well, Staines.
Mornington Crescent. Didn't see that coming.
Right, in this next round, the teams are going to delve into the world of real celebrities. The cult of the celebrity is everywhere, with many lending their image to the promotion of consumer goods. I noticed recently on my pack of sausages a picture of Anthony Worrell Thompson in his kitchen. Underneath it said, "Prick with a fork." Seems a little harsh. Teams, I brought along a selection of genuine magazine articles describing the daily routines of well-known personalities. However, certain key words or phrases have been removed. Your task is to guess what the original wording might have been. And we're going to start with you, Tim and Jeremy. And for you, I have the words of none other than Michael Jackson. Ooh. Can you guess the missing sections for me, please? I'm not going to do the voice. Can't get high enough. I never had a childhood. I was a star when I was...
Black.
The answer is 6. It's hard growing up a celebrity child. I relate to Shirley Temple. I met her in San Francisco and I sat at her table and I cried so bad. She said,
Security!
"What's wrong, Michael?" Fred Astaire was my neighbour. I used to see him every day when I was riding my little...
Chimp.
motor scooter. He always told me, "You're going to be a..."
Rested.
big star. I've had very little cosmetic surgery. You can count it on 2
Noses.
Fingers. People think I deliberately touch my crotch during...
The shipping forecast.
Concerts. If you go to one of my concerts, my shows, you'll see 200,000 people swaying, holding candles, saying...
Burn him.
We want to heal the world. My greatest inspiration comes from kids. I used to walk around holding baby dolls because...
They bounce when you drop them.
I wanted children so badly. For my third child, I used a surrogate mother and my own...
Offcuts.
Well, the answer is sperm cells. OK, your turn now, Barry and Graham. And for you, I have the words of Prince Charles. Can you guess the missing sections in this piece? It doesn't always work. Wait a minute, I'm still doing Michael Jackson. It's not gonna... It doesn't always work attempting to impose rules and regulations on your...
Mother.
Children. I just hope that by talking and explaining, they can become a bit more aware and wiser about...
Inbreeding.
Life. It's more about striking a subtle balance. The boys don't try to keep me up to date. All they say is...
Nice crinoline, Dad.
You won't like this. Mostly there's just this do beat of their...
Bed springs.
Music in the background. Skiing is a very exciting sport. When I first came to Closters after 11 years of not skiing, I had the most dreadful...
Passport photographs.
falls and crashes. I landed on rocks and things, but in those days somehow I bounced...
Into the air, spread my ears and glided down to the chalet.
Back easily. In Germany, and I know it's very difficult to say, but they have a...
Deutsche Grammophon Gesellschaft.
National service arrangement.
Oh.
They tell me in Germany that they couldn't keep their hospitals and old people's homes going without...
Sick old people.
all the help from young people. All the great prophets, all the great thinkers, those who've achieved a far greater awareness of the aspects of life which lie beneath the surface, all shared the same...
Cardigan.
understanding of the universe. My office is a gigantic...
place called Cornwall.
charitable organization. I happen to mind very much about this country. I want to put the great back into...
Yarmouth.
Britain. Well, I notice with a sudden surge of relief, it's very nearly the end of the show, but it's just time... Well, there's just time to fit in a round of Naturists Film Club. Samantha is off on a tour of the Lake District with a naturist gentleman friend who wants to strip off a Keswick and Cockermouth. So while she's away preparing for that, I'd like the teams to suggest movie titles guaranteed to enthrall an audience of naturists, nudists, and the like. Tim, will you start, please?
The Elephant Man.
A Man Called Horse.
Winkle Down the Wind.
12 Dangly Men.
When Harry Met Sally.
The French lieutenant's a woman.
The Lunch Pack of Notre Dame.
Bring me the telescope of Alfredo Garcia.
Memphis Bell End.
Oh, dear.
Indiana Jones and the Last Chicken at Sainsbury's.
Saving Ryan's Privates.
My Big Fat Greek Wedding Tackle.
The cold tit story. Bring the water cannon on. Oh.
And so, ladies and gentlemen, I notice it's the end of the show. And sooner than any of us could have imagined, it's the end of another series. And how poignant it is to reflect back on the 6 weeks of wild applause and gales of laughter that the teams had hoped to get. Never mind. From the team, Samantha, myself, and the good folk of Salford, it's goodbye.
Barry Cryer, Graham Garden, Jeremy Hardy and Tim Brooke Taylor were being given Silly Things to Do by Humphrey Littleton, with Colin Sell setting some of them to music. The programme consultant was Ian Pattinson and the producer was John Naismith. We present I'm Sorry I Haven't a Clue, the antidote to panel games. At the piano is Colin Sell, and your chairman is Jack D.
Hello and welcome to I'm Sorry I Haven't a Clue. You join us today on a visit to the Hampshire town of Basingstoke. Dr. Johnson famously said, when a man is tired of London, he is tired of life. This was the follow-up to his original epigram, when a man is tired of Basingstoke, he's been there for about half an hour. In the 1990s, a public sculpture was erected in the heart of Basingstoke shopping district. Due to its location and appearance, the statue was quickly dubbed the Wote Street Willie. The statue was originally created by sculptor Michael Pegler as part of a matching pair, with one located in its current position in Wote Street and the other by Basingstoke Canal. The canal-side statue was subsequently removed by the council after it became the target of obscene graffiti by local youths. Thus, sadly today, it's only the Wote Street Willie that remains and not the St John's Lock Cock. Basingstoke's most famous landmark is the 18-storey Fainham House, the headquarters of the Automobile Association. The move by car manufacturers towards greener technology has been met head-on by the AA, and only last year it launched a new breakdown service solely for small electric cars, the AAA. The Basingstoke Tourist Information Centre closed in 2006, and by doing so deprived potential visitors of its new multi-million-pound advertising campaign. Basingstoke, it's a bit better than Bracknell. Basingstoke's Sainsbury Gallery regularly plays host to major art exhibitions, including new works by the likes of David Hockney and Bridget Riley. One wealthy collector who purchased a Hockney original from the Sainsbury Gallery was thrilled to come away with 750,000 nectar points. Which amounts to an impressive 12p. Unusually for a town of its size, Basingstoke has 5 branches of Greggs. The high street bakers are always packed with hungry locals happily enjoying sausage rolls and steak bakes. A 6th Greggs is scheduled to open in 2025, just as soon as Berkshire and Northants Hospital gets a bigger cardiology department. The nearby village of Dummer was the birthplace of Sarah Ferguson, Duchess of York, and I hear Netflix are making a film about her time there called Dumb and Dumber. A local legend of Basingstoke, remembered fondly by all who knew him, was Archie Smith, better known as Mr. Clappy. For many years, Mr. Clappy stood at the top of the town, singing and clapping. Of course, it didn't take a genius to come up with the nickname Mr. Clappy. What it actually took was a data breach at the local STD clinic. Let's meet the teams. On my right, please welcome Miles Sharp and Rachel Paris. And on my left, Marcus Brigstock and Henning Vane. And taking his place on the scoring desk next to me, please welcome our resident tree trunk in trunks, the immaculate Sven. Well, we start this week with some new additions to the Uxbridge English Dictionary. A good dictionary is essential for learning the correct use of similar terms. For example, many people struggle to understand the difference between photographs and Polaroids. Well, a photograph is an image made using a camera which is focused onto light-sensitive material and then made visible through the application of chemicals, whereas Polaroids are what Eskimos get from sitting on the ice. But the meanings of words are constantly changing, team. So your suggestions, please, of any new definitions you may have spotted recently. Marcus, you can start.
Trimmer, an earthquake in New Zealand.
Rachel.
Anti-skid, your cousin.
Henning.
Gastronome, tiny publican.
Miles?
Pleasantry. Just a very nice tree.
Tadpole, slightly Polish.
Aspic, a photo of your bum.
Rampant, undergarment for male sheep.
Pillory. Something like the Parthenon would be.
Kidney, leg joint of a young person.
Nepalese, an ointment for joggers.
Geranium, German uranium.
Raconteur, a series of performances around the country with a medieval instrument of torture.
Cognac, it looks like a yak, but it isn't.
Parakeets, the military wing of the Romantic poets.
Okay, the teams are going to sing along to some well-known songs in the round called Pick-Up Song. In this round, Sven will spin the discs and each of you will sing along until Sven turns the music down. If on its return you're within a gnat's crotchet of the original, I'll be awarding points. And points mean a frankly risible exercise in mass hysteria. What do points mean? Yes. And this week's prize is the perfect curry dish for Gen Z. It's this chicken tikka tokka masala. Henning Vane, you're to start. They're taking the piss. I'd like you to accompany German troupe trio singing Da Da Da.
1, 2. Immer nur bergab? Aha. Geht nur das, was du verstehst. Aha. This is what you got to know? Loved you though it didn't show. Ich lieb dich nicht, du liebst mich nicht. 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 Da, da, da. Da, da, da. 2, 3, 4. Da, da, da.
You might not know, but we actually have a word for that in English. Rubbish. Okay, you're next, Marcus Brigstock. I'd like you to accompany...
Must be Santa, Santa Claus. Who wears boots and a suit of red? Santa wears boots and a suit of red. Who wears a long cap on his head? Santa wears a long cap on his head. Cap on head, suit that's red. Special night, beard that's white. Must be Santa, must be Santa. Must be Santa, must be Santa, Santa Claus.
Miles Jupp, your turn. Would you accompany the band AHA singing Take On Me?
Talking away, I don't know what I'm to say, I'll say it anyway.
Today is another day to find you shying away. Oh, I'll be coming for your love, okay? Take on me.
Take on me.
Take me on.
Take on me.
I'll be gone in a day or two.
Miles up there, and of course all the audience here singing along, exposing what an entertainment desert Basingstoke must be. Finally, Rachel Parris, would you please accompany Mariah Carey singing All I Want for Christmas Is You?
Underneath the Christmas tree, I just want you for my own, more than you could ever know. Make my wish come true. All I want for Christmas is you. I don't want a lot for Christmas. There is just one thing I need. I don't care about the presents underneath the Christmas tree.
Good. Thank you, Rachel. I couldn't have sung it better myself. Well, the teams are going to do a spot of acting for us now in the round called Sound Charades. Yes. The game is all about miming, the theatrical technique of suggesting action, character, or emotions without words. A recent survey by the Actors Union Equity claimed that at any given time, up to 80% of actors aren't actually working, although on Channel 4's Hollyoaks, this figure can often be as high as 100%. In our version of charades, team members are permitted to use their voices. So Miles and Rachel, you're to start, please, and your title will shortly be displayed to the audience via the laser display screen. And for listeners at home, here is the mystery voice.
Deadwood. Deadwood.
Off you go, please, Miles and Rachel.
It's a TV show. It's one word.
I'm afraid we have a problem with the Jedwood tour.
What, they've pulled out of it?
No, they're determined to do it.
Oh, that is a problem.
Gets worse, I'm afraid. They've both come out in a terrible rash and they want to change their name.
A rash? Change the name to what?
Redwood.
What? Well, I suppose...
Well, it gets worse than that. They've been confined to their bed.
Bedwood, then?
Yeah, I suppose so. Hello? Oh, I see. Goodbye. I'm afraid it's very bad news. They've died.
I think I've got it.
Good, because I don't.
It's Deadwood.
Okay,
Never,
your turn,
ever
Marcus
heard
and
of it.
Henning. Your title is now being exhibited on the laser display board. And here again is the mystery voice for listeners at home.
What we do in the shadows. What we do in the shadows.
Okay, this is a TV show and a film, and it's 6 words. Oh, morning, Hank.
Morning, Cliff.
You up to much?
The usual. Playing guitar, wearing a big pair of glasses.
Yeah.
Starting off facing in one direction and taking a big step and turning to face the other way. How about you?
Yeah, well, bit of news, actually. Got myself a crying, talking, sleeping, talking, living doll.
Well, that's good. That should stop all those rumours.
What were they called? Cliff and Mark? The
Shadows.
The Shadows.
Oh! Is it What We Do in the Shadows?
Okay, well, this next game is called Random Reviews. Many TripAdvisor reviews can be completely damning, yet some organisations seem immune. Take this review. 3,248 visitors by the end of 2020 and not a single return booking. And yet, despite it, you'll be amazed to learn that Dignitas is still going strong. Teams, in this round, I shall present you with a selection of genuine internet reviews. Your job is to correctly identify to what the review is referring. Start with you, please. Miles, can you tell us to what this review is referring? Bought this to put on a grave. Works well.
Change of address label?
It was a Christmas wreath for a front door on Amazon. Rachel, how about this one? Can you tell us what's being reviewed? Disappointed to find the star was crooked.
The US Apprentice.
It was actually an inflatable nativity scene. Henning, how about this? What's being reviewed? Unfortunately, did not agree with me at all.
HMRC.
It was a review for a panettone on Amazon. I mean, who buys panettone on Amazon? Marcus, how about this? What's being reviewed? It's cheap and not very well constructed, but I can't wait to blow it up.
Slough?
It was an inflatable Rudolph antler hat. Miles, another one. What's being referred to here? You certainly get a lot of sheets for your money.
Mexican tinned prunes?
It was actually Christmas window snowflake stickers. Rachel, how about this one? What's being reviewed? Leaked water all over the floor from where the legs are attached.
Home birth.
It was a review for a Christmas tree stand on Amazon. Henning, what's this a review for? Got these for the garden, but can hardly see them.
Landmines.
That's right, yeah. Keeping it nice and Christmassy. Thank you, Henning. It was actually for outdoor Christmas fairy lights on Amazon. And finally, Marcus, what do you imagine is being reviewed here? Got this for my partner, who is German and is delighted.
Poland?
It was actually a Nutcracker Soldier again. Okay, here are some for any of you to have a go at. Bit tight for larger cats, but certainly gave everyone some festive cheer.
Air fryer.
It was a review for a Santa outfit for a cat. How about this? What's being reviewed here? Hot and extremely Moorish.
Oh, I know. Marrakesh.
It was actually a review on Ocado for the chili rice crackers.
Oh.
How about this? Disappointing, and the constant spitting didn't help.
Colin Sell live in concert.
It was actually a review for a bag of hardwood logs for fire on Amazon. And finally, unfortunately, it arrived in 2 pieces.
Post-war Germany.
In fact, it was a Christmas tree fairy on Amazon. Okay, well, this next game, School Orchestra, celebrates the recorder, or to give it its Japanese name, shakunachi, or torture stick. The recorder is believed to have evolved from the older penny whistle, whose leading practitioner, Stanley Roberts, was taken seriously unwell recently during a performance in South London after he accidentally swallowed part of his whistle whilst performing a jig. Emergency services were called, but he sadly passed away at St George's Hospital, Tooting. In the round school orchestra teams, I shall furnish you each with the sort of musical instrument you might expect to find in a typical primary school orchestra, and with much too little rehearsal, I'd like you to perform for us a rendition of Silent Night. Our school orchestra will feature Rachel Parris and Marcus Brigstock on the recorder, Miles Jupp on the tambourine, and Henning Vane on the triangle. And providing piano accompaniment, we have Colin Sell. Incidentally, Colin was telling us at a recent solo concert at London's Wigmore Hall, he took to the stage half an hour late. And here's me thinking Colin doesn't do requests. So, when you're ready, orchestra, take it away. Thank you. Well done. Thank you. You really got the hang of that, didn't you? Once you worked out you don't blow into it. Well, in fairness, real school orchestras have the advantage in that there's at least one person in it that you care about. Not so this one. Well, that's just about the end of the show. Yes. But we have got time to squeeze in a quick round of Christmas or bedroom. In this round, teams, I'd like you to come up with phrases that might be suitable for use both in the bedroom and during the Christmas festivities. Henning, you can start.
I think you've given me something you shouldn't have.
Marcus.
Have another look. There should be a little toy inside. And a hat.
Rachel.
Oh, I cannot fit in another thing.
Miles.
You don't want those dangling too low, or the cat will have them off with her claws.
Someone's in luck. I've hidden a sixpence inside.
Shall we have people round or just keep it cozy?
I am so sorry. I should have put it in much earlier.
I can't wait for the binman to come.
That's a big old bird.
Is this goose fat?
Is this bread sauce?
Well, I thought the vicar put on a very good show.
Well, I suppose it's the thought that counts.
He's been!
Oh, I see. It's a sort of miniature tool.
Stick a bit of tinsel on the top. That usually perks it up.
You put it in hours ago. Why is it taking so long?
Why don't we have a jug for the gravy at each end?
Well, that's it for another year.
And so, ladies and gentlemen, as the tepid pad thai of time is delivered by the dishevelled Deliveroo driver of destiny, while the forlorn falafels of fate is saturated by the leaking tom yam soup of eternity, I notice it's the end of the show. So, from the teams, Sven, myself, and our audience here in Basingstoke, it's goodbye. Goodbye.
Miles Jupp, Marcus Brigstock, Rachel Paris and Henning Vane were being given silly things to do by Jack D, with Colin Sell setting some of them to music. The programme consultants were Fraser Steele and Stephen Dick. And the producer was John Naismith.
We present I'm Sorry I Haven't a Clue, the antidote to panel games. At the piano is Dave Lee, and your chairman is Humphrey Littleton.
Hello there. Well, we'll go straight into the first round, which is a round called What Is Your Name? Starting with you, Barry Cryer. What is your name?
Barry Cryer.
Graham Garden.
Graham Garden.
Bill Oddie.
Bill Oddie.
Tim Brooke Taylor.
Tim Brooke Taylor.
Right. That's got off to a good start with the team of Barry and Graham 2, Bill and Tim 1. We also have Dave Lee on hand to provide piano introductions where required, as in this next round, which is called the Singing Sprint. The winner of this round is the person who sings a song fastest. And Dave Lee will give you an appropriate introduction. I will hand you the words of the song. And we'd like to start, first of all, with Tim Brooke Taylor and Graham Garden. And I'm going to ask you to sing, starting with Tim Brooke Taylor, the one-note samba.
This is a little samba built upon a single note. Other notes are bound to follow, but the root is still I know. But this is the one, the consequence of one we've been through. And I'm bound to be down of whatever constant with you. There's so many people who can talk and talk and talk and just say nothing and nearly nothing. I've used up all the scale. I know nothing. At the end, I've come to nothing and nearly nothing. So I come back to my first note. I must say, come back to you. I will pour into that one note all that I love and I feel for you. Anyone who wants the whole show, read me, fa, sol, la, ti, do. He will find himself with no show. Better play than I do now.
Tim Brooke Taylor in 23 seconds exactly,
23
but with
seconds.
a minus mark for interpretation of the composer's intention. So we'll give you 1 out of 2, and we'll ask you, Graham, now to sing the song. Another introduction, please, from Dave Lee.
This is just a little samba built as within a nothing. I've just on the scale of nothing. I come back to my first note, and I must come back to you. I'll pour into that one note all the love I feel for you. And when I want to do it over you, I'll throw you right there. Better play that note, you know.
Heard every
One
word.
extra mark for audience reaction. We'll give you 2 out of 1. Now,
Is it fair? No?
Bill and Barry, here's your song. Here are the words. Introduction again from Dave Lee. And this is the beautiful Frank Sinatra hit song, My Way. Starting Bill Oddie.
And now the end is near, and so I fist offend a curtain. My friend, I see his cleaver, says it, certain. I live a life as full as ever travels every highway, and more without it my way. Yes, there were times I'm sure you knew that I'll be tough most that I can shoot, but through it all, when there was doubt, he had it up and spit it out. I faced it all and stood tall and did it my way.
They don't write songs like that anymore, do they?
I'm afraid they do.
Yes, they do, I'm afraid.
Bill Oddie doing it his way in 16 seconds flat.
Very flat.
So 2 marks for you, Bill. Now, Barry, same song.
And now the end is near, so I face of Alan Colonel. My friend, I'll say a clear, 7 cases of which I'm certain. I've lived a life this full, I've life travel easy, and we highway. Much more than this I did my way. There's some times I'm sure you knew, and every time I could do. But through it all, when there was doubt, I spent it out. I faced it all and stood tall and did it my way.
Where was the tune? That lovely melody desecrated. Where was the tune?
There's no tune. That's the point.
Come back, Rex Harrison, all is forgiven. Barry gets 1 point for that, making the total score so far. Right, now on to the next round. And this is where I introduce a round that's played at the end of the program in order to give the teams time to think of silly names for people arriving at the Funny Foreigners Ball. So make a note of that, team, please, the Funny Foreigners Ball. Gone now to a round called Word for Word. In this round, one of the members of a team says a word, and his partner must say another word totally unconnected with the first, and so on. The other team may challenge and try and prove a connection between the words. I'm going to start the teams off with a word, starting on my right with Bill and Tim. I'd like you to start, Bill, with the word splint.
Splint.
The challenge from Graham.
There is a connection between splint and splint, which was Bill's word.
Yeah. Not the way I said it.
In point of fact, I'm not going to allow that objection because
thank you.
Well, I thought I was
the splint that I said
there,
was a Chinese short-distance race, so that we'll cancel that. And we'll start again now with Graham, starting with the word plastic.
Altimeter.
Calipers.
Dungeon.
Knee.
Artichoke.
Forehead.
Heart.
Rose.
Challenge there from Tim Brooke Taylor.
Artichoke heart. Next door to it.
Wasn't it? Next door to it? I get a point, I know that.
What?
But next door there?
Give or take about 4 words in between.
He wasn't very next door.
Yes, he was next door.
Very
No,
next
I'm
door.
not allowing you
Bit of
that
a
one. There
gap.
were some words in between.
On the other
but-
hand, he did say heart and
But
knee.
it is your turn now to start, Tim.
Yes.
For your side with the word raspberry.
With the word, rather. Sheet.
Whacker.
Blueberry.
Bee.
Lamppost.
Elephant.
Balcony.
Graham, a challenge from Graham.
Blueberry begins with B.
Yes.
Challenges.
Is there more to it than that?
No, nothing more to it than that.
What was the connection with the previous word?
What word?
That it didn't begin with B.
Yes.
Yes, I'll allow that. I'll allow that and hand over to Barry for your side. If you start, Barry, with the word stink.
Foot. It's a lie.
Do I get the point automatically?
Actually, we'll end that round now with the score at a very interesting point. Now, here's a game now in which the title of the game is I Spy in One. And this is a game of I Spy, but your partner has to guess what you're spying with your little eye in one guess. 4 in a row gains you a point. Do you understand that?
Yes, perfectly, yes. It's difficult,
Right.
but I understand.
We'll start with Graham and Barry. Graham, will you start?
Yes. I spy with my little eye something beginning with M.
Oh, gosh. Microphone.
Yes. Your turn.
I spy with my little eye, do excuse me for a moment, something beginning with G.
Glass.
Right.
I spy with my little eye something beginning with A.
Graham, leave off. Ashtray.
Yes.
What is this? I spy with my little eye something beginning with M.
Matches.
Yes.
Right. You have 4 in a row and 1 point. We'd like the audience at home to know that there's absolutely no assistance being given in this round. It is a pure example of telepathic thought. Now, round between you, Tim and Bill, starting with Bill.
I spy with my little eye something beginning with T.
Throat pastel.
Yes.
Tim.
I spy with my little eye something beginning with P.
Pencil.
Yes.
No. I spy with my little eye something beginning with C. C.
Corporation lawyer.
Yes.
In the 3rd row, I spy with my little eye something beginning with L.
Lampshade.
Yes.
4 in a row. Absolutely right. And pretty amazing.
Fix.
So that makes the score.
It really was, yeah.
Tim and Bill, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And Graham and Barry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Oh.
And we go on to round 6, which is called blues.
Oh, well.
And for this round, I'm going to ask the members of each team to improvise a blues, taking alternate lines with crippled Clarence Lee and accompaniment at the piano. And each team is going to give the other team a subject for the blues. Now, Tim and Bill, will you give Graham and Barry a blues topic, please?
Yes. The subject is value-added tax.
VAT blues.
I woke up this morning and I put on my coat and hat.
W.
Well, I woke up this morning, started thinking about violence. Yeah, I did.
And I said to my baby, I'm sorry.
They put 10% in everything, but they can't put 10% on that.
A bit smutty, that, wouldn't
dirty,
it?
yeah.
You dirty little pair, aren't
Sure.
you?
Graham, Graham, don't do
I should have
that.
told you at the beginning of the round, but I'll tell you now that I'm supposed to award or deduct marks for wit, cleanliness and brevity, coupled with ethnic feel. So that brings your score down to 11. Now, Graham and Barry, will you give Tim and Bill their subject for a blues, please?
Very well. The Piccadilly redevelopment plan.
What?
Piccadilly redevelopment plan.
Scheme. A scheme.
Oh, yeah.
Scheme.
Stick to scheme. Stick to it.
Yes.
Nice scheme.
Piccadilly. This, John the Monster.
All right, take it away, Bill. Go on.
Willingly.
I woke up this...
I woke up this morning.
Oh, did you then?
Just about.
There's an old
Thinking
thing.
about the Piccadilly redevelopment scheme.
Look, it's me coming up now. Yeah. Looked out of my window. Eros was nowhere to be seen.
Lord, that boy has flown. Now, come to think of it, that ain't too surprising.
'Cause I live in Gretna Green.
Two marks for that, -1 for altering the title at the beginning.
It seemed easy
Right,
to
now,
rhyme.
here we have a round called Sound Charades, or if you happen to be listening to this on the other side of the Atlantic, Sound Charades. One team has to guess the title of a book or a play or a film or so on from the noises made by a member of the opposing team. The BBC has loaned each team a beginner's effects kit, salvaged from the effects men's training school at Hendon, and the audience can help here by applauding when they're getting warmer and doing the other thing when they're not. Right, now first of all, Graham and Barry, is yours a play, a film, a song or a book?
It's a theatre production.
Yes, it is.
A theatre production. Well, while they're getting ready to do their charade, for those of you listening at home, our mischief voice will tell you what the theatre production is that they're going to do.
Graham and Barry's charade is Mother Goose. Mother Goose.
Right, Graham and Barry, will you start your charade with the first... Is it a first syllable or a first word?
There are 2 words, and it's the whole thing.
The whole thing?
Yes, it is indeed, yes.
In order.
In order, in sequence.
And here it goes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello, Mum.
Son, hello, Mum. Does that mean son, child?
No, close.
Child, son, daughter?
No,
Hello,
no.
Goose.
No. Cold.
Which one? What did you say?
Simple Goose. You got a round of applause on Goose. Was it Goose? It's the
Returning Goose.
It's the
Hello, Mum.
Snow
Mother.
Goose.
Mother Goose.
Mother Goose. Near enough, Mother Goose.
Tim,
That's
you
warm
go-
enough.
Mother Goose, right?
Mother Goose.
Near enough. We learned
Right.
about that. Yes.
We'll give you 1 mark for that. Tim and Bill, is yours a book, a song, a film, or a play?
It's a book and a film.
Yes.
A
We're
book
going to do the
and a
whole
film,
thing.
right?
The whole
and for those of
thing.
you at home, and I promise you this is the last time this is going to happen on this show, here it is.
And Tim and Bill's charade is Mary Poppins. Mary Poppins.
No, we do this in 2 bits. We will not do the whole thing. It has 2 words. First we shall do 1 word, which you will then guess, or not, in all probability. And then we shall do the second word.
In which order?
And this is the first word.
In chronological order.
In the right order. The first word is...
How many syllables?
2 reasons for doing that. One is that I haven't had a chance to do it yet.
Can we do the second word? Can we do the second word?
And the other is that I would love to get on to the second word.
The second word. All
Tim
right.
and Bill.
a minute. The first word is happy.
Close.
Cheerful.
Nearly.
Enjoying yourselves.
Merry.
Merry Andrew. Merry finger in the mouth.
And the same to you.
I saw a play once called that. We don't talk about it.
Not as good as Mary Poppins, though, was it?
Oh, lucky. Very lucky.
Lucky, yeah.
No,
Yes.
that was in fact Sergeant Cork.
As those of you at home guessed
Laughing
sometime quite early yesterday afternoon, Mary Poppins that was, brings us to the end of our charade round with a score of 12-all and everything to play for. This one is called MacDonald's Funny Farm, and in this round, one team sings Old MacDonald's Farm, while the other team makes suitable noises for what's on the farm, and vice versa. Now, we're going to start with Graham and Barry. Graham and Barry, will you sing the song, and Bill and Tim, will you make the noises? And Dave Lee, will you give us the introduction, please?
Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, and on that farm he had a budgie, E-I-E-I-O, with a here, there, here, there, everywhere. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on this farm he had an elephant, E-I-E-I-O. With a here, there, here, there, everywhere. And here, there, here, there, everywhere. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on this farm he had a QE2 sinking, E-I-E-I-O. With a here, there, here, women and children, everywhere, and here, there, here, there, everywhere, and
Was that supposed to be an elephant?
yeah.
The QE2's going down.
There.
What a pretty boy.
Here.
I am.
There.
Joey, Joey, Joey.
Everywhere.
Oh.
Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O.
I'm marking this one out of 3 for suitability as family entertainment. Timbrook Taylor was sick halfway through their elephant. So I'll give them 4. Now, Bill and Tim, it's your turn to sing, and Graham and Barry, your turn to make the noises. Right, Tim and Bill.
Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O.
On that farm he had a pig with hiccups. A pig with hiccups. E-I-E-I-O. With a here and a there, here, there, everywhere. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on that farm he had a cockerel with laryngitis, E-I-E-I-O. With a there, here, there, everywhere. With a here, there, here, there, everywhere. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on that farm he had a yodeling sheep, E-I-E-I-O. With a bandolini, 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 everywhere, bandolini. With a here,
Well,
we don't have to do this to earn a living.
from the point of view of the suitability of family entertainment, everything was going well for you, Barry and Graham, until Barry unfortunately mentioned a bare lady.
That was before the show, Humphrey, before the show.
I can only award you 2 marks out of that.
Oh.
Which brings the score to 27 to Tim and Bill, 22 to Barry and Graham.
Fix.
Right,
Yes.
now we have the round called tag wrestling, which is a thrill a minute. In this round, I'm going to give each team the payoff of a story. Members of each team will have to devise a story to fit their particular payoff. I shall then start one of you off working towards your punchline, and then with malice aforethought, I shall press my buzzer, and a member from the opposing team will have to take over the story, but work towards his punchline. Those of you listening at home, it'll all be absolutely clear as we go along. Now, we're going to start with you, Tim and Bill, and your tagline, and I'll have to read it at dictation speed because you've got to take it down, is this: look out for the steamroller.
For the steamroller.
But the warning came too late.
What? The warning.
Don't say so fast. Warning
Came
too late.
late. Look out for
And the
steamroller.
famous five danced a jig of delight as Rover dragged himself painfully out of the mud and gave the constable a guilty smile.
And a pot of tea for 4.
Well, while you're thinking of your story, how you're going to work up to that tagline, I'll give Barry and Graham theirs. And it's this: I don't monkey around with other guys' dames. Smiled the rural dean. All right? But that was the day the church fell on Mrs. Bagworthy. Right, all set to go. Tim and Bill, you'll start the story, and when I press the buzzer, Barry and Graham, you'll take it up.
Who starts?
Each of you
Me?
working, of course, towards your own tagline.
I start. I start.
Bill Oddie starts.
Yes. Now, this fellow walked into a pub and he went up to the barman and he said, have you heard this funny story? It's a story which is about the famous five and their dog Rover, who goes for a walk in the woods, where he meets
I don't want to hear that story, said the barman. And I'll tell you another thing. The rural dean has just blown into town. He's after your wife. Oh.
Don't interrupt. I was telling a perfectly reasonable story about the famous five who do their marvellous jigs around steamrollers with their dog Rover. Now, this is an old police constable story. He was telling the... Pardon?
This story was interrupted by the opening of the door and the sudden eruption by a gangster who shouted, silencing everybody, I don't monkey around with other guys' dames. People
don't want to listen to that kind of talk. Especially when there are rogue steamrollers around, and not to mention Rover the dog, who has a habit of molesting constables. In the wood, first he dances a jig around them.
But enough of that. The rural dean burst through the door saying, don't worry, folks, I
have a message here which reads, look out for the steamroller, but the warning came too late, and the famous...
The gangster revealed... The gangster, who had spoken earlier, as you remember, revealed he was in fact the royal dean and said, whose is that dog running round the village? He has been nudging buildings. Good heavens, the church is getting extremely shaky. In fact, the church is getting so shaky that I fear it may fall today. The crowd were aghast. They
cried in anguish, look out for the steamroller. But of course the warning came too late, and the famous five danced a jig of delight as Rover dragged himself out of the wood and gave the constable a guilty smile.
Tell it like it is. Tell it like it is.
Well, you may think I let Tim and Bill go on a bit to get their tagline in that time, but on behalf of the RSPCA, I thought it was time to let Rover off being dragged in and out of that mud. So, we have the absolutely thrilling score of 30 points each, and we move on now to the last round of all, which is the one which I forecast at the very beginning of the programme. It's the point where I go home now so that I can miss the team's announcements of the arrivals at the Funny Foreigners Ball, starting with Graham Garden.
From Switzerland.
Welcome.
To Mr. and Mrs. Hole and their daughter Heidi Hole. They get better.
Closely followed by, and very welcome to in these days of EEC, from Germany, Herr and Frau Zatudisches and their son Hans Zatudisches.
Closely followed by a young man from Italy who is the son of Mr. and Mrs. Dance to a Rock and Roll Band.
Oh!
Giovanni danced to a rock and roll band.
And from China. Bing, bong, bong, bong. Thank you. Mr. and Mrs. Sarpork. And their delightful daughter, Sweet Anne Sarpork.
Not to mention their closely related cousin, Crispin Oodle. And their little dog, the Pekin Duck. And their very good friends, Mr. and Mrs. Sandwich. And their son, Tongue Sandwich.
Hot in the heels from the deep south of America, Miss Umin Masa and their son, Isaac Umin.
And of course...
pardon. Little squat in the doorway here.
And I enjoyed every minute of it.
And from Austria.
Oh, yes.
Mr. and Mrs. Zafter-a-bit done it. And their son, Paul's after a bit done it.
Not to mention...
No, don't.
All right, I won't. Instead, I shall mention Mr. and Mrs. Fireplace. and their son, Peter the Great.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you come to the middle here, your chairman...
From Spain, we can but welcome Senor and Senora Meatball and their son, Juan Meatball.
Narrow win to Tim and Bill.
Come on, the recount.
And many congratulations to Graham and Barry.
Barry Cryer, Graham Garden, Bill Oddie and Tim Brooke Taylor were being given Silly Things to Do by Humphrey Littleton, with Dave Lee setting some of them to music. Production was by John Cassells.
We present I'm Sorry I Haven't a Clue, the panel game, and your chairman tonight, Humphrey Littleton.
Hello. Well, the score at the moment stands at 483 to 13, so there's everything to play for. And here are your two teams for tonight. First team, Joe Kendall and Graham Garden. And opposing them, John Cleese and Tim Brooke Taylor. In this first round, I ask each team to sing a song, but singing alternate words. If anyone sings only two words, or half a word, or dries up altogether, or parts company with Dave Lee's accompaniment, then that team can salvage a point by doing it at twice the speed. Joe and Graham, your song, please, is When I'm 64.
When I get older,
losing my hair many years from now. Will you still be sending me a Valentine? Birthday greetings, bottle of wine. If I'd been out till 2:45, would you lock the door? Will you still need me? Will you still feed me when I'm sick?
Joe Kendall fell at the last fence, so will you do it at twice the speed and see if you can get through it?
When I get older, losing my hair many years from now, will you still be sending me a Valentine? Greetings, bottle of wine. If I'd been out till 2:45, would I lock the door? Will you still need me?
That was pretty good. 3 out of a possible 2. Now, Tim and John, your song is Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Rudolph the... Hey, that's a bit fast.
It's been an objection.
Oh, well, come on. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose, and if you ever saw it, you would say all of the other reindeer used to laugh and call him names. They never met poor Rudolph join in any reindeer games. Then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, Rudolph, with your nose so bright, I want you guide my sleigh tonight. Then on the rain.
It was longer than theirs, Uncle Hump.
You can redeem a mark by singing that at a...
There we go. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose, and if you ever saw it, you would even say it glows. All of the other reindeer used to laugh and call him names. They never let poor Rudolph join in a reindeer game. Then one foggy Christmas Eve.
Two marks for that version, making the score 3-2 at the moment. Later on in the program, towards the very end of the program, I'm going to ask the teams to announce people with silly names to a particular function, and to give the players time to think them up, I'll leave it until right to the end of the program before I ask for their silly names, but they are going to have to announce the late arrivals at the stage, screen and radio ball. Now we have the round word for word. I'm going to give each team a word, and they must immediately come up with another word which has nothing whatever to do with the word I gave them. The other team can challenge and try to prove a connection. We're going to start with John and Tim, and your word to start off with is jumper.
Bat.
Cucumber.
Strength.
Antediluvian.
Banana.
Crochet.
Stoat.
Umbrella.
Hair.
Toenail.
Boot. Graham's challenge. What's your challenge, Graham?
Well, I think hairs and toenails are really connected, aren't they?
They're not collected, anyway.
Well, you'd be surprised.
Well, yes, I'll allow that one. Ooh. On the grounds that rhinoceroses' toenails are made of hair, I'm told.
Yes?
Yes.
Absolutely true. Every word of it.
Any queries from listeners should be directed to the living world. Graham, start off with bracket.
Hexagon.
Challenge from Don King.
Geometric terms.
Quite, exactly. 2 points.
And the next.
Now, one to Graham there, because it's
Right,
not
right.
a geometric. Brackets an architectural term.
Well, algebraic.
John, you start then with refuse.
Refuse.
Challenge.
Refuse and refuse are connected.
They are, in fact, collected in this case.
Start again, John. Refuse.
Refuse. Steed.
Pardon?
Steed.
I said pardon.
Adidocokinetic.
Elephant's foot umbrella stand.
Stilton.
Crumpet.
Mice.
When in doubt. Walking stick.
Exercise book.
Tractor.
Cosmonaut.
Lynx.
Portuguese island of Macau.
Throat.
Puma.
Armchair.
Tome.
Love nest.
Vowel.
I'm going to stop that now because we've already run into the next program. Like 10 minutes.
Is anybody hurt?
9 to Tim and John for endurance, and 2 to Joe and Graham for atrophy of the buzzer-pressing finger. And I think we'll go on. Oh, we'll give them one more. Joe, we'll let you start with the word smut.
Clock.
Pentameter.
Horse.
Duke.
Duke of Wellington rode a horse.
Here.
Yeah, he rode a horse. And he also had a horse that he called Norman.
Right,
He
Tim.
also had an elephant's foot umbrella stand. We didn't stop you.
Tim, will you start with the word giggle?
Trumpet. Spoon. Microphone.
Elf.
Elephant's foot umbrella stand.
Elephant's foot umbrella.
Repetition.
Different game.
No, we had that, it is. Yeah, I'll give you that point. We did have that 3 months ago. That makes the score now
Just because my vocabulary is
very
limited.
exciting. The next round is world records. This is where I'm going to read out a world record to each member of the team, and I'm not going to tell him or her what the record is for, and we will have 150 points for a correct definition and 1 point for anybody who gets anywhere near it. Tim, yours is the first world record, and it is 366 halfpennies, 26 sixpences, 17 threepences, 11 pennies, 4 shillings, total 424 coins, and the value £1.17 and 5 in the old money.
It's a relief. I thought you were going to ask me to add them up.
I'll do that later.
Yes, I know that one, actually.
Yeah.
Can I answer it if I know it, actually?
Yes.
Ah, pity I said that. It's in fact, sounding like Cluffy now, yes, you know the astronauts on the moon?
Not personally.
Not personally. Well, and then I can tell you all about it. Speaking down to Houston, you have that pip. Well, that in fact are the pips on the telephone, and those are the coins they have to put in the telephone when the pips go.
You mean £1.17 and 5 for 3 minutes, is it?
Isn't that right? Oh, I don't think it's as much
No,
as
it's
3
more
minutes.
than that.
Yeah.
It's gone up. I'll give you 1 point for being within, well, I won't say within the same universe. Because in fact the answer is it's the most number of coins swallowed by anything other than an ostrich. They were found in the stomach of a 54-year-old man.
It had killed him, presumably.
No, it was his way of saving. John Cleese, your record is 9 Hebrew cubits.
Well, a cubit, as far as I was 4.5 inches, so 9 3 is 36, so 30 is 40 and a half, 40 and a half inches. So it is the greatest height ever reached by an Egyptian space probe.
Well, actually, you're not in the same universe, but I'll give you a mark for that for ingenuity.
It is the greatest height that has ever been jumped by an Israeli Minister of Agriculture and Fisheries without dislocating a hip.
It was.
Yes, you get an extra mark.
Sorry, last night.
Yes.
It has been broken.
You get an additional mark for that because I'm assuming that he jumped Og, the king of Bashan and Gilead.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Because 9 Hebrew cubits is the height, or was the height, of Og, the king of Bashan and Gilead.
Dead right.
Who is said to be the tallest recorded man, although it's computed on the flimsiest of evidence. It's based on the length of his arm bedstead.
What did he record? Because I didn't know he was...
On the length of his what?
Based on the length of his arm bedstead.
Oh, yeah.
But for all I know...
It's wonderful what you can pick up just sitting in the car with the radio on. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
For all I know, he and his wife may have liked to sleep sort of head to foot, so to speak. So I don't think it's a very good answer, that. But still, you get your 2 marks for that. Graham Garden. Your record is 160 million times from June 1948 to June 1956. A total of 8 years.
160 million times in 8 years. 165 days a year. It can't be that, surely. 160 million times. Yes, I know. It is, in fact, the newspaper stuffing record held by a man in Cleveland, Ohio. Is that right? Anyway, it is. And
the right continent.
He, in fact, stuffed 160 million copies of the Times into the ear of a live Thompson's Gazelle between those dates in the space of 8 years. Is that right?
I'm assuming that as a result of that, he then set up the longest recorded attack of hiccups. Is that right?
Yes, that's what I meant.
Well, you get your 2 marks.
I thought it was the Gazelle.
Yes, he was in fact not from Cleveland, Ohio. He was from Los Angeles. Yeah. Jack O'Leary was his name, and he hiccuped 160 million times in an attack lasting 8 years. Of the 60,000 remedies that he tried, only one eventually worked. And you get an extra 15,000 marks, if you can tell me what that is. But can't wait.
Death?
It was a prayer to St. Jude, the patron saint of lost causes. Right, Joe, it's your... you get 2 marks for that, Graham, because you were very, very close to it. Joe, yours is a simple one, 15,000 nudes.
It's all the members of the House of Commons, the House of Lords, the staff of Buckingham Palace, and the entire civil service without their clothes on.
Could well be, actually. Yeah. Interesting to see if it is.
I think the latest figures show.
Who, back in the year 1964, 1 year before it closed, visited the L'Île du Levant nudist camp. Is that right?
That's absolutely
yes,
right. That's what I was thinking of.
Because this is the number of people in the world's largest nudist camp, which is the place I just said and can't pronounce again. It contained 15,000 naturists, and it was a nudist camp until 1965, when it was taken over by the French Navy for defense purposes.
Is that the bare facts?
Exactly. Now we have the round that's called misleading readings. Each team will be asked to perform a short scene from a well-known work, classic, and the other side must guess what it is. They're going to, naturally enough, perform it in disguised accents. Joe and Graham, your reading first of all, please.
And Joe and Graham's reading is from The Three Sisters by Anton Chekhov.
The audience now knows the answer. Joe and Graham, away you go.
They called you Major for some reason or other.
Well, that's it, yeah.
That's the reading. Would you like a little more?
No, thank you.
No, that's fine. Well, you're getting it.
The lovesick Major, that's what they called him, eh?
In those days, you only had a moustache. Oh dear, how much older you look. How much older?
Yeah, well, I was still a young man in those days when they called me the lovesick Major. I was in love with a different now, though.
But you haven't got a single grey hair. You've aged, yes, but you're certainly not an old man.
Nevertheless, I've turned 42, Is it long since you left Moscow? That's a clue.
11 years. What was the street you lived in?
In the Staraya Basmalaya.
How funny, we did too.
Get away.
That's the end, is it?
Yeah, you're telling me.
If you have a clue there, I think this is probably one of the earlier pieces by Stolnikoyev or possibly Razmolnikov. What do you feel?
Yes, first time at Wembley.
Yes. I think he's going to be the sweeper up, and I think Chekhov's probably going to be one of the strikers.
I should think so, yes.
I think we'll put it down the middle and...
a little more attack, I think, is required on the side. Yes. We reckon it's Russian. And because we don't know any others, we'd say Chekhov. Now we're pushed. It's not, as John says, seagulls over Sorrento.
No. I'll give you a clue to the extent that I thought it was by Louisa M. Alcott.
Louisa M. Alcott.
Little cherry orchards.
The Seagull
Three
Women.
Sisters.
I dare after a bit of help, so you get 2 marks for that. And will you, Tim and John, give your reading now for Joe and Graham?
Which is, of course, from William Shakespeare's Henry V.
Put off your maiden blushes about the thoughts of your heart with the looks of an empress. I am thine.
That is as it shall please the roi, mon père.
Nay, it will please him well, Kate. It shall please him, Kate.
Then it shall also content me.
Upon that I kiss your handing and call you my queen.
Laissez, monseigneur, laissez, ma foi, je ne veux point, am I boring you at all? Que vous abaissez, en baissant le mandine de votre seigneurie. No way to get into the club market in the... Excusez-moi, je veux supplie mon très puissant seigneur.
Madame, my interpreter, what says she?
That is not be the fashion for the ladies of France. I cannot tell what is better en English.
To kiss.
Your Majesty entend better que moi.
It is not a fashion for the maids in France to kiss before they are married, would she say?
Oui, Raymond.
And that concludes the reading for this evening, ladies and gentlemen. There are sufficient clues there, we hope, for our right panel opposite to be able to guess both the play and the characters involved.
Joe Kendall and Graham Garden, can you identify that?
Yes, well, there was there some French in there somewhere?
No.
Not really, no.
No, that was misleading at first. Otherwise, it sounded very like... does it come from the complete works?
Whose complete works? Whose?
Things.
Thing, you know,
Things.
the Shakespeare one.
Oh, the Shakespeare, no. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Yes, William. William. It's his brother, William.
William Shakespeare.
Yes.
Shakespeare Brothers.
Now there's a clue, because they only wrote one play, the Shakespeare Brothers. It's a historical play, and it's one of the 5 Henrys in it, one of the 8 Henrys.
Make up your mind. Which? One of the
5th
5,
of
one
the
of the
8th.
8.
Which? 5th of the 8th, fair enough.
Henry the
Yeah.
5/8.
Just his hat.
I thought at one point this would become a historical program before we got the answer out of them. But anyway, it was in fact Henry V by Shakespeare, so you get your 2 marks. The score at the moment, I feel it incumbent upon me to tell you, that the score at the moment is to Tim Brooke Taylor and John Cleese, 34, and to Joe Kendall and Graham Garden, 37. So it's really become jolly tense. This next round is called tag wrestling. I'm going to give each team the tagline of a story or anecdote. I shall start off with one team who must tell a story ending in their tag, but when I press the buzzer, the story passes to the other side, who must work towards their finishing line too. If you have any idea at the moment about how this round is going to work, you're way ahead of me. The winning team is the one who reaches their tagline first. So we'll start with Graham and Joe, and your tag is as follows. Goodness, said the cook, whatever is Roger doing hanging upside down in my nightie from the clock tower of Kuala Lumpur Town Hall?
Roger doing? Hanging upside down.
And John and Tim, you realize this means war, said the Archbishop, taking off his wooden leg and handing it to the first violinist. Joe and Graham, to start this story off, please.
Right. It was a beautiful day in Kuala Lumpur as noon struck from the clock in the clock tower of the town hall. Cook was hanging out her washing when Roger, her boyfriend, crept up behind her
and said, Roger, what are you doing here? I thought you were still in England. And Roger said, I beg your pardon, took the first plane back to England. Back in England, he was marrying Nancy, a nice little girl who worked on the farm down in Somerset.
However, he was very unhappily married, so flew straight back to Kuala Lumpur, where the cook was again doing her washing, and he was so happy that he leapt into her nightie.
At this moment, a large coach came round the corner, being one of the coaches chartered by the extremely large ecclesiastical orchestra, which was making a tour of the Far East. Amongst the very heavy complement of woodwind players and...
Look out, cried Roger, as the coach plunged into the river. Climbing up the clock tower, still in the nightie, he rapidly approached Cook once again, but unbeknownst to her, he slipped on a bar of soap. Oh.
Just in time to avoid the second bus load. Orchestra drove up. Out leapt the Archbishop, wooden leg in hand.
But Roger ignored him, and as he was a campanologist, he climbed back up the clock tower in order to ring the bell. Seeing him at that moment, the cook said, goodness, said the cook, whatever is Roger doing?
The Archbishop, leaping out with his wooden leg in hand and with his wooden hand in leg, plunged to the fallen coach and pulled out all the violinists except for the first violinist, who was badly trapped between the dashboard and the rear wheel.
Interesting. Roger, seeing this, laughed so hard that he slipped off the clock tower. His nightie caught halfway down, and Cook, looking up, said, goodness me, what is Roger doing hanging upside down in my nightie from the clock tower of Kuala Lumpur Town Hall?
Yes.
I'll give that to
Merciful, if nothing.
Graham and Joe, because they got very, very close to it on 2 occasions. Now, the time has come for me to ask the teams to announce their late arrivals. Let me remind you, these are the late arrivals at the stage, screen, and radio ball.
Mr. and Mrs.
Pardon?
Starring Glenda Jackson. And their daughter, Elizabeth, starring Glenda Jackson.
Mr. and Mrs. Earth Island Disc, introduced as usual by Roy Plumley. And their son, Des Earth Island Disc.
Mr. and Mrs. Otterswold and their son, Tom. Lord and Lady Box Jury and their son, Duke Box Jury. An elderly gentleman.
Mr. and Mrs. Roundabout. And their daughter, Madge. Roundabout.
How about the intellectuals, Mr. and Mrs.
Loaded.
Snee, and their daughter, Claire Snee.
Yes,
Where are the intellectuals tonight?
Very clever, very French. Rather short on intellectuals.
Whose
turn?
Mr. and Mrs. Cording Studio and their son, Rick.
At this point, I'm going to tell you that the score is absolutely level pegging, with Joe and Graham at 77 and Tim and John at 84.
So unless there are any further arrivals...
Mr. David Jacobs and his good friend Annie, questions. Mr. and Mrs. Abita and their son Alf.
The time has really come to say that that's the end of this edition of I'm Sorry, I Haven't a Clue. And it's our thanks to the contesting teams, Joe Kendall and Graham Garden. Who are leading by 1 mark, and John Cleese and Tim Brooke Taylor. Who are leading by 3 marks, Dave Lee at the piano. And for me, goodbye.
That was Humphrey Littleton saying goodbye on behalf of Tim Brooke Taylor, John Cleese, Graham Garden, and Joe Kendall. Dave Lee at the piano, and producer John Castles.